What are you trying to say? You're trying to say that I need to start? Is
I'm
that what you're
trying
trying
to say that you should start. Yes.
Oh, are you saying that I should start? Is
Just
that
a
it?
lot, yes.
Is that it? Is that what you're trying to say?
Here to be live,
Really?
so
Oh.
I believe we have a song.
Rubbish song. Not just any song.
We have a song.
But a rubbish song.
If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Yay! Stop pressing my belly like a bowl full of jelly.
Wiggly wiggly. Big hello to everybody. It's really great to see you. I hope you find you well. I'm Jenny Kirk, and as you can see, a week of being ill, and I am finally out of it. So a huge thank you to the generosity of George Botterini, who very, very kindly, before we even started, sent $9.99 asking how I was. So thank you
so much. You're very
for your generosity, George.
Can I just say one thing, Jen?
No, you can't.
You said a week of being ill and you're out of it.
What, out of being ill?
You said you were out of it. Are you here on this planet? Earth to Jenny, Earth to Jenny. Earth to Jenny, come in, Jenny.
Stop it. Respect my authority.
Get some authority.
So, big hello to everybody. Valley's 56XX says Piggly Wiggly to all.
Yay!
Piggly Wiggly. So big hello to Iron Horse Railways, Josh's Railway Adventures, Leslie Gilpin Railways, Flymer Chairman 1, Harry Sedgwick 3B Rail, Ruben Ashwell, Ridgeway Park 00, Joe Smith, Model Railway Noob, Richard Swiderski, Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase, Patrick Webb, Ruben Ashwell says, didn't need any Billy's replacement medicine, did you? No, I was plenty of sleep is what I needed in the end. Warbler Production says, looks like there was an earthquake, the camera's shaking. Is that you? Stop it.
Oh, I've realised why.
Why?
Because my chair is on top
of the beam.
Of the beam that is attached to the thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, let me just,
if I just
change the
over,
angle.
If I move to here,
Jerry BVR, Tom L, Ben Toilet B2000, RO Toys Channel, H Walker Steam and Heritage Railway Vids, Ham Shackleton, Sarah Davis says stop fingering Zoe.
We've already had the TARDIS spotted.
But Tim Maslin spotted it. And that's unusual. Normally Warbler Productions is right in there. Yes, it is. I didn't think you'd see it quite that quickly. Houston WHAP, Edward Vincent Briones says the Duchess of Sutherland has been steaming over the Devon. Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of photographs out there on... what are you doing? I don't like it when you creep round behind me.
Well, you can't possibly get in to do this, can you?
Yeah. Oh, no. The humanity. Where's my finger? Here's my finger. Yeah.
Did you call me a huge manatee? I resemble that comment.
Yeah, she does. But, yeah, the Pullmans are on, and Brian Bell asks, can you not control the cupboard monkey?
Nope.
Sadly not.
I am incontrollable.
Yeah, well, she's been fed caffeine and sugar, and that really doesn't help things.
I had a cappuccino.
Cappuccino, darling. Big hello to Darren Mould. Who else have we got in? Peter Jackson, South Line, Southern Line, Nick Girolamo, Dundee Road, great to see you. Paul Murphy, 156 Andrew, and Warbler Production says, I'm giving other people the chance to spot the TARDIS. Need a break for once, not had one since February after all. I can sympathise, because the big theory is that a lot of my illness was driven by basically chronic fatigue and overwork. But I have been asleep for much of today. And I feel so refreshed. Finally got a good night's sleep, and that really does help.
Yes, you got a great night's sleep this afternoon.
I'm working tomorrow morning. I have to get back out of bed at 1 in the morning. So straight after the stream, I've got to go straight to bed, unfortunately. But I do feel a lot better for it. Let's just cut the wine from that down.
Why didn't you just turn it off?
Okay.
You turned my fan off.
Yeah, I turned you
Now
off.
I have no
J.
one who
Paul
likes
Anderson,
me.
big hello to you. Harry Sedgwick says, has in fact, welcome back, Jenny from Ill last week. Absolutely. Egg Rider suggests that we fit a DCC decoder in the Cupboard Monkey for full control. It's like that episode of Red Dwarf where they're controlling Lister with that chip in the back of his
Oh,
neck.
I'd hack it.
And we've got Xarkin42, big hello to you. What's in the news? Right, the Class 55 Deltics from Acura Scale have reached port. They've got to go through, they've basically got to get from the port to Acura Scale's warehouse. They've got to go through taking into stock. A degree of quality control has to be taking place just to make sure all is well, and then they'll start to be dispatched. So really, really been looking forward to the Class 55 Deltics. Now, Warbler Production says the other TARDIS looks like it's next to the water tower below the backyard cam.
How can you see that? I can't even see that on that screen.
How? I've got to look in the screen. Really extreme. Yeah, you can.
Wow.
Wow, that is.
Wow, that is
wow.
amazing.
Yeah. So a big hello to Ollie's Trains Gaming. Really great to see you. Mike Finch, big hello to you. Jerry BVR says, I see Kathy Millett had a major clean out and ripped up her layout. Yeah, can't have really been into model trains after all.
Or something's happened. We can't tell what's happened with people.
But if something's happened that you don't want to talk about, why would you then talk about getting rid of all your trains?
I don't know, but you know, these things happen. The thing is that we have to remember we don't know what's going on.
Right, anyway, Simon Trains Mother Rower Showcase has also great news. Finally got my Hornby Mark 1 Brake Force coach today after ordering it last year. Yeah, there's a number of things come through, not least there's some Silver Jubilee announcements being made from Hornby. The HST set in the LNER Silver reimagining, inspired by the things like the Silver Link sets from the 1930s. They have reimagined the HST and Mark IIIs in that livery, and actually it really does look nice, I must say. We've also received notice that the special wagon from Dapol and similarly, no, not Dapol, the Pico, Engage and 009 Silver Jubilee. It's not Silver. I keep saying Silver Jubilee, Platinum Jubilee. The Platinum Jubilee wagons have been released. Also, you may have missed it, passing under the radar with all of the other news, the Snail Beach District Railways hopper wagon has been released in 009. So there we go. Samuel Ives says, any news about a Jubilee wagon in 00 gauge? You know what? I'm not sure. There must be one out there. So it may be that I've just missed it. I would suggest that if somebody is releasing a Jubilee wagon, it's going to be Hornby. And I think that what we can assume from this is that it may well be one of the Silver Jubilee announcements coming this week. We've just had today the HST in the LNER Silver Streak livery. So my guess is if you're looking out for a Silver Jubilee wagon, then keep your eyes on Hornby's feed. Right. Also, we've had the Cavalex BBAs are on their way, and the BLAs. And Cavalex have contacted me very, very kindly, sending over a pair of the BBAs for review. So we're going to look out for them. Really, really interested to see these models. Now, I've been very impressed with Cavalex models when we've seen them at shows, when we ran into them at the Rails of Sheffield shop reopening. I just really intrigued by these. The level of detail did look amazing, so it'd be great to see the production models in the flesh. And also their TEA tankers and I think it's the KBA barrier versions of the tankers were released previously, and as I said before, one of the best factory applied weathering schemes that I've seen on a wagon looks to be the KBA bogie barrier wagon, which really does look amazing, and it's certainly something I need to look out for when in the flesh. Right, Robert Steers, a big hello to you and greetings from Montana. And of course, anybody who watched the amazing Garden Railway video that went out on the channel last Friday, which we filmed at Trevor Jones's amazing, and like truly amazing. It's actually hard to believe that it's just in 00 because he makes it blend into the garden so well and uses dwarf bonsai plants and such like as perfect scenery, to the point where you would actually be hard pressed to make a model railway look that good, even using indoor scenery techniques.
I was very impressed.
Yeah. But on that layout, in that video, you will have seen some of the San Juan Model Company Santa Fe tank cars running as well. So just a little Easter egg for you guys. Exarchon42 says, nice selection of locomotives running today. Absolutely, we've got quite a different selection of stuff. So, actually, that's the wrong camera. I meant to go for...
How long have you had that?
Yeah, long enough. So, we have got the Brighton Atlantic H2. The H1, sorry, as in LBSC Brown as number 39, keeping pace with the Hornby 00 Duchess of Atholl. Yes, I do run it from time to time. Has amazing pulling power because of that die-cast body, lots and lots of weight, and that means that it's handling those southern region coaches with the greatest of ease. Alex Dent says, unfortunately, I'm not at the Modern Image tonight. Sorry to hear that. Tim's model row is in different videos. Says, a Pico short of N-gauge track or not? Because I'm getting Pico N-gauge track from Hattons. Oh, sorry, is Pico short? Pico has struggled with production for since the start of the pandemic. And what this boils down to is that because their factory was not conducive to good social distancing, it's quite a small factory in the UK, so they've had to space people out, and that has meant that production has been severely curtailed. So it means that whilst stuff is being made still, so don't worry about that, production is still happening, it is at a degree of a reduced capacity. They have been working to increase capacity back up by converting places such as, I think part of visitor centre, the play area rather, has been converted to allow socially distanced work to get production back up. But certainly there has been supply issues for 2 years with Pico track across the board.
And I think it's going to continue for a while.
Absolutely, but what I should say, we've got a full review video on Friday about a new range of track from DCC Concepts. And this is available flat bottom flexi track in both code 100 and code 75, and bullhead track in code 75. And it's made from cutlery grade nickel silver. And what this actually means is, and you are hearing me right now, this is track that you almost never need to clean, and that includes if you use it on a garden railway. And
I have to admit, I was surprised.
Yes, and I did prove this by putting a length of track in the garden. I just whizzed it out of the kitchen window into the flower bed and left it there for a month. Through rain and shine, temperature fluctuations. I did not clean it at all. I just plugged crocodile clips to it, and the first train on it ran. And it wasn't a super duper, lots and lots of wheel pickup locomotive. It was actually a J72 from Bachmann, and it just ran. So we're going to be billing it as being the track that you almost never need to clean. Perfect for hidden sidings, for inside tunnels, any hard to reach areas in your layout, as well as the regular stuff. Right, Robert Steers asks, what is bullhead track? Bullhead track is to do with the rail profile. Imagine you've got a length of rail and you cut straight through it and look at the cross section. Bullhead is a particular type of shape that was used an awful lot, certainly in the UK, predominantly, pretty much exclusively through to at least the 1930s, and then gradually replaced with a type of track that's referred to as flat bottom, which is probably, the description is easier to get your head around what it looks like. But bullhead is almost like a sort of elongated figure of eight, maybe. You've got the bulbous head, you've got a bulbous base, and you've got the web in between. And that's bullhead track. And only comparatively recently have manufacturers started to offer track that matches that profile. And when you consider that certainly if you model Big Four era and even early British Rail, it's the most common track. You still see it to this day in sidings an awful lot, and maybe on more industrial track too. So Pico does offer a full range, but DCC Concepts, as part of their legacy brand, have brought out this new range, and it really is superb because you just don't need to clean it. And it means that your trains run so much more reliably. Right, anyway.
The question I have to ask is, does bullhead track work just as well with the type of wheels that are on model railways, or can you expect a difference?
No, you can run anything on it, pretty much.
Right.
It is Code 75, so you've got the same sort of restrictions that you might have with any other Code 75 rail, insofar as if you're running stuff like old Hornby or Triang Hornby locomotives tend to be a big deal with this. They've got quite deep flanges,
Right.
and they might bottom out on the rail chairs, but that's just simply because they're massively overscaled. Ben Tullett asks, will DCC Concepts be looking into bringing other scales of track out like 009 scale track? At the moment, they are just concentrating on 00 track.
I can see why. If you're going to introduce it,
Yeah.
go for the one that's going to have the most.
It's very expensive to tool up. It's one of the reasons that Pico have pretty much had a monopoly, is because of the costs involved.
Yeah.
But on the bullhead route, Pico did release some bullhead points left and right. So we've now had the crossings and single slips come through in bullhead. So the range is increasing. Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, says, Jenny, I've got some great Kickline news. We might be getting a live stage show based on the actual franchise, since Kickline had a lot of live shows back in the 90s. Oh my
Nice.
word! This is completely passed me by. The whole Kickline thing.
I don't think we were. How can I put this? Not the target audience, because we would have been getting older when the 90s stuff was coming in.
Yeah. Just to go back to the track issue, Ham Shackleton asks, I wonder if the Never Clean track takes solder. Absolutely it does. I did a test solder, and it is actually really easy to solder to. One of the things is, because it doesn't oxidize, what you've got to remember is metal oxides, basically like, I want to call it rust, but it's the nickel-silver equivalent of rust. On the surface is your barrier to a good solder joint. So if it's not oxidizing, there's no barrier to your solder. And that means it's actually easier to solder to than regular track. I just used the No Clean Flux S179 solder, and it was super easy. So it's certainly one to look into. As I say in the review, Rails of Sheffield are stocking the full range. DCC Concepts obviously also stock the full range, and it is available. Some of the types of track, I can't remember, I think it's the bullhead track, I don't think is available through the franchise, the agents, DCC Concepts stocking shops, but I think the regular track is. Warbler Production says, I have 12 lengths of the DCC Concepts track. It's great stuff and really does look better than Pico track. Absolutely, and one of the things I would say to you is, have a really good look at the chairs on the Bullhead track. They are superb. So much that I've got some photographs in the review that I did. I have some real rail chairs in the garden, all acquired legitimately from disused railway lines. But the actual design of the rail chair is perfectly done.
I do love that. Basically, if you're a train fan and you have a garden, people go, I hear you like trains. Here's a lump of metal.
Well, not quite like that. It was actually at Godley Junction sidings, the Cheshire Lines Committee side of the sidings, where I actually discovered in infill that was being dug around, they were extending the factory that's there. It's actually Kerry Foods factory. And they were building a big extension, and in the ground that when they were digging out the foundations in the car park, a rail chair came out. It was a damaged rail chair, not sure whether it was damaged and therefore discarded and got buried and that's why it was there, or whether it was damaged in the process of being dug around by the backhoe that was doing it. But certainly I knew exactly what it was, so I helped it to its new home.
Cool. But we did actually have that at one point for your birthday. So I hear you like trains. Here's a lump of metal from a train.
What was that?
The big anvil-like doorstop we have.
Oh yes! It's a length of actual rail on a piece of wood with a lovely handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It's
used
a really good doorstop.
It is actually. Edward Vincent Brianna says, Jennifer Kirk, what is your favourite locomotive named after a person?
Oh.
Ooh.
So you can't just say La France this time.
No. I'm going to say Duchess of Montrose. Now, there you go. There's a bit of a curveball. Because you're like, what now? You were expecting me to say something like Sir Nigel Gresley or Dwight D. Eisenhower, weren't you?
Or Chief Wiggum.
Yeah, Deputy Police Chief. I keep saying deputy, he's not deputy, he's the actual police chief. Police Chief Wiggum, aka Walter K. Wiggum, which is streak number 28. But Duchess of Montrose was also a real person.
Yes.
Just happens to be a different person depending on which period in time. But yeah, Duchess of Montrose, I think, is safely the one that holds a lot of childhood memories. Now, the Duchess of Atholl, again named after, I know it's an actual nobility title, but somebody held the nobility title at the same time. But for me, in my Hornby 00 childhood layout, it was Duchess of Montrose was my favourite. George says, hi Jenny, Zoe and all, bit late. Have I missed any juicy bits?
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
You're welcome.
Edward Vincent Brianna says, thanks, mine is LNER 500 Edward Thomas. Great guy. Sorry, Edward Thompson. Sorry, I misread that. You'd gone very well with Simon A.C. Martin. He's a bit of a Thompson fan as well. Released a book as well. So a big shout out to Simon A.C. Martin. A great guy, and worked on him on...
Worked on him, did you?
No, sorry, worked... yeah, it's like, there you are, come on, let's just put all the bits and pieces in.
He did get hurt, didn't he? Did you, stitch him back together?
No, I didn't. I gave him reassurance when they whisked him off to the hospital. That was the limits of my medical skills. But yeah, I've worked with him on 2 TV series, actually.
Yeah.
David Scott says, GWR bullhead chair fitted with a brush. Used as a boot scraper. Yeah, you can. I've seen that done as well. They sell them, incidentally, if you go to Settle Station on the Settle and Carlisle. In the station shop, they sell boot cleaners made out of old rail chairs that you can buy in the shop on the station, and then take it away with you on the train. And they do it to raise money for the Friends of Settle and Carlisle.
Nice.
Iron Horse Railway suggests that Gandalf needs a restraining order. Gandalf, did you hear that?
I did. I disagree.
Ooh, you're in
A
Gandalf's...
wizard goes wherever he likes, Frodo Baggins.
J94, great to see you. Hope you're well. Tim Maslin as well. Josh's Railway Adventures. Ian Parker says Stevenson rocket pulling the Davy Crockett. I do have one of those rockets, and I've never run it since I did the review. But at great expense. I think what was a great expense then is probably actually not.
It looks like a bargain now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like, I think I paid $179.99, and actually it's quite a good price now. Mark Wilson asks, do Rails of Sheffield still have buffer seats? Yes, they do.
Yeah. They're not sprung buffers, though, are they?
No, I think they are sprung. It's just that
we can't.
They're quite strong springs.
You mean that I'm not quite fat enough to set off a sprung buffer?
You know, I really want one.
Yeah, one.
We have to go to a railway scrapyard, and it's like, please, mister, can we buy a buffer? I need a lot of cleaning. And then I don't know, how would we get it home? We'd have to have a van of some description.
Well, yeah, we'd
I think if we put it in
a van,
if we put it in the boot of the car, I think it might be a bit too.
Oh, good grief, no.
Yeah.
Hubert wouldn't withstand it, and I don't think you'd fit it in the Volvo.
156 Andrew says, "Can you say hello to Gandalf?" Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
And Nigel Cole says, "It's like Gandalf is really in the room. If only he knew." Paul Murphy says, "A Monday Clubber is like a British Rail train. They arrive whenever they like." Yeah. And Colin Porter points out that Edward Thomas is also a local. Yes, you're right. On the Talyllyn Railway. And Leslie Gilpin Railways points out that buffers are extremely heavy. They are. We'd have to get some kind of a
have to be able
fan
to withstand a train or
Absolutely.
a carriage, don't they?
Yeah. So they probably make them quite expensive to buy as well.
Right. I tell you what, I'm going to pop out and get some milk so I can have a cup of tea.
Oh, is that milk gone off?
Well, yeah.
So I can have cereal in the morning. Okay. So
do you need anything else while I'm out?
I can't think of anything.
Can you hold the fort?
I can hold it down, stop it from floating away, definitely. So, unfortunately, we're going to lose the monkey for a while, but it's okay, because Gandalf will hold her hand and make sure that she looks both ways before she crosses the road, won't you, Gandalf?
Of course.
So
this way.
Yes, Gandalf, you're the designated sensible person. Harry Sedgwick says, "I also got my Stevenson's rocket train pack in." Absolutely, yes. You have reminded me that the mail coach pack of the Stevenson's rocket has arrived. Ooh. And in all honesty with you, it is certainly if you missed out on the rocket sets actually a couple of years ago, this is a perfect opportunity because, quite frankly, you get one of everything, including the mail coach that us poor saps that bought the first runs can't get.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I think they will be released separately at some point. I would like to think. Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase asks if you can get some eggs for them. I don't know how we're going to get them to you, really. John N from NC, a big hello to you. Ham Shackleton shouting pizza. I think Ham Shackleton wants pizza. Right. B2000 RO Toys Channel says, "Hi Jenny and Zoe, I've not been doing some modelling. Do you know what the best weathering powders are and how to weather the track?" Well, weathering the track, I would not use weathering powders as your primary go-to weathering. But actually, somewhere, where have I put it? Generally, you paint the sides of the rails, and I've had great success with using the track painter, steel rail track painter from Woodland Scenics. It's like it looks like one of those old style magic markers, but it actually contains paint, and that's quite easy to paint the sides of the track. Really, really effective, but could be considered a little bit on the pricey side. However, I'm just going to put that up there safely out of the way. You can also use a brown permanent marker. If you get a dark brown one, that's quite a cheap and easy way of doing an okay job. Don't, whatever you do, get black permanent marker. And the reason I say this is because it tends to leach off in a navy blue colour into the ballast when you do the ballasting. And it sort of goes navy blue with a little bit of a violet edge to it. So black permanent marker is probably best avoided. Ask me how I know. How do I know? It's because I've tried it, and yes, it does leach into your ballast if you're not careful. Kevika's first, big hello to you, says, all you do for the model rail, you should be given a rocket box set. All the best, everyone. Oh, that's interesting thoughts. But Hornby do actually send over occasional bits and pieces for review, and I am very lucky in that respect that I can do a lot of reviews without breaking the bank account, because otherwise the amount of reviews I do would be prohibitively expensive, and I'm just not that wealthy. I actually, as I may have mentioned earlier on, I have to go out to work early hours of the morning, and I don't think I'd be doing that if I didn't have to. But it is fun working in film and television, even if it is behind the camera, as a very lowly person on the tree who doesn't even get in the credits. But I am working Thursday and Friday on a film which I can't mention. But anyway, meanwhile, Jamie Smith says, Jennifer, what is the beverage of choice for today's Monday Club? Beverage of choice is Diet Coke, and I've got the bottle here somewhere. We are not affiliated or sponsored by in any way Diet Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, but it's just quite like it, you know. So if they wanted to sponsor us, wouldn't say no. Richard Swiderski says, Pedantic Mongrels Railway Channel at Hornby said they were going to make one Rapido, going to make. Oh, right, sorry. It's an answer to somebody else, which has gone off the top, I think. I can't see it. Charlie McGowan, Patrick Hill Station says, hello, one and all. Just sent my latest video in. Hope it's still the sand email. I think it's send email. And yes, Josh's Railway Adventures, you have reminded me. Thank you so much. Jenny, did you see Daypal have showed the top light coaches in the GWI livery? I did see that, and they look absolutely amazing. Really looking forward to them, actually. I haven't spoken to Daypal for a little while, actually. I think not since Ali Pally. They've been sort of moving and shaking out of the limelight, but certainly I've kept an eye on their Facebook feed. Some great announcements. Really looking forward to them. I must drop a line to Neil at Daypal actually and say hello. But yeah, anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, we were talking a long time ago, and I didn't finish, about the trains that are running. We've got Duchess of Atholl, the Hornby 001, running around on the green train. You've just seen, I think it's Samara Wilson, is the A4 on the Pullman train. When it comes round, I will double check for you. So, where is it? Are you Samara Wilson? Oh, yes. Yes, it's Samara Wilson. A little bit unusual for an A4. It's not one you tend to hear much about. We've then also got 80053 264 tank, which is running on the Gradient ABC shuttle from DCC Concepts. And then we've got the Brighton Atlantic H2. We've got a Hornby Class 8 Shunter doing the ABC. And we've also got a Bachmann 25095 doing much the same. But then on the very top track, and I think I've just missed it actually, I have to wait until it goes round to catch it. We've got a Bachmann 03 Shunter, which is so far, touch wood, running incredibly well. Oh! You! I just said, oh yeah, so it's running really well, you know. It just literally, as soon as I said that, the bloody thing stopped. Oh, you little. I'm going to give it a little bit more beans. You You. That is really annoying. Right, Paul Murphy asks, Jenny, do you have any Irish trains for your layout? Not you. Yes, I do have the A-Class, which is the Metrovic A-Class, done by Irish Railway Models, which is a division of Accurascale, or Accurascale is a division of Irish Railway Models. I can't remember which way around it is. But it is a great model. Absolutely one of the best running locomotives that we have reviewed here. And certainly it does bode incredibly well for the forthcoming Accurascale Deltic locomotives, which we are really, really looking forward to. Absolutely. Peter Jackson, yes, the gremlins have arrived. We don't feed them after midnight, luckily. Richard Swiderski says, naughty train, Jenny. Yes. And Ian Parker says, calm down, Jenny. Calm down, hey, kid, calm down. H. Walker Steam and Heritage Railvid says, I love the LMS Duchesses. They're brilliant to look at and ride behind on a tour. Absolutely. And Billy's Replacement Speakers has just popped in to remind you to buy my W. Loudon Sons JK wagon from Rails. Absolutely. We have, actually, I do have news on the Monday Club wagon that it is being incredibly well supported. I had been very, very worried that we'd done the first one and it had been a novelty because no YouTuber had ever commissioned their own decent wagon. So it was a bit of a novelty. And it's sold out, and sold out still ahead of the other special edition versions that are out there. And actually sold out before some of the main range triple packs. Not all, the tops ones were surprisingly popular. So we've done this second one a little bit apprehensively, thinking, well, what if it was like a one-off, a novelty, and people go, we've already got a Monday Club wagon. We don't need any more. And then we end up with hundreds of them, like literally hundreds of them. We have sold over a third of the Monday Club wagons within the space of a week. So I got an update that in the first 7 days of being publicly available, over 1/3 of the available Monday Club wagons have been sold to pre-order. So if you want a Monday Club wagon, then you're going to have to get your skates on because they are selling out faster than the first run. And I can't tell you the number that has been made, just that it's the same number as the number of the first run of Monday Club wagons. So we ordered the same number and they are likely to sell out before they even arrive. Valley's 56XX says, just gave in and pre-ordered the new Monday Club wagon. Alas, William Loud is 2 letters different to my dad's name. What would your dad's name be? I'm trying to guess. Not William Lord, because William Lord would be 1 letter different. Pass. I can't guess. Bletchton High Level says, I've been desperately greedy and bought 3 Monday Club wagons. Yay me. And Flymer Chenwood says, oh, if only I could afford it. Model Railway, and we get the, it's the, I was thinking they're only 25 quid. And that's one of the things we have got a lower RRP. So they're about £5 less than the previous run of Monday Club wagons. But they are selling really, really quickly. Andy81E says, thanks for the Monday Club wagon update. I'm after a massive rake of them. Well, you'll have to get in quite quick because they are selling really quick. Melchester Model Railway suggests maybe their name is William MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. Mark Wilson says, the last Monday wagon I sent back to Weir Yard empty. It hasn't been seen since. Oh no. Was that this one? That is literally, can I just say, that is literally the only Monday Club wagon officially left in original untouched condition. I do have the EP, so the livery sample, which doesn't count because that's not part of the production run. But that is the only unmolested Monday Club wagon left that has not been sold, and it's not for sale because it's my personal one. And I do actually have a second one, which is the weathered one, but that's it. Paul Lindell says, hello from Taunton, Massachusetts. I didn't realise there was a Taunton in Massachusetts. Taunton is well known in the UK for its cider and people driving their combine harvesters. But no, Taunton cider is really famous over here, but I didn't realise there was one in Massachusetts. Mel's, g'day to you. Great to see you in. Ian Parker says, with the profits of the Monday Club wagon, you can do a run of 1,000 Monday Club locos. What I've discovered is that the minimum order number for a locomotive is exactly the same as the minimum order number for a wagon. But you can imagine how much more expensive it would be. You can't actually just order like, oh, I'll just have 20. They go, no, they'll be like, and the other few hundred. So yeah, that's where we're up to. H. Walker Steam and Heritage Rail Vids, a Scottish relation to William Loud. I love it. Yes, it's William MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. Yeah, they just do loud things up on the north side of Inverness. Iron Horse Railways, absolutely. I think, you know, at some point possibly a locomotive. And people say, oh, you're immense profits. Can I just say, I'll be glad to break even. I'm not making a huge amount of money here, if any at all. Basically, I get a couple of wagons for myself. It's a long-winded way of not having to pay for 2 wagons. But there we go. Paul Murphy says, Jenny, I gave you a like. Boom! Don't forget to tickle that like button if you haven't already done so. And do please, please, please hit the share button. Share us to social media. It's a really great way of getting people to know about the club, which of course everybody is welcome. Oh, I got a really great piece of, I can only assume it's spam, because somebody sent me a message saying, oh, when and where does the club meet? I'd like to come along and give a talk. It's like, what, down at the club? The Monday Club, you're saying there? Right. That's a bit weird. Right. Andy81E says, be great if you made a wagon with just Jenny's Monday Club on the side. I've thought long and hard about this. Bachmann occasionally do ones which just have things like Graham Farish, Woodland Scenics, or just Bachmann on the side. They did a Bachmann Collectors Club towed brake van. And some of them have taken a while to sell out. And the problem is that whether you do that or whether you do a wagon that looks prototypical, as it were, it costs exactly the same. And I can only afford to have one special commission wagon on the go at a time. So if I order like many hundreds of a particular wagon, which then doesn't necessarily sell as quickly, it then stops me from ordering the next lot. But right, so Gamehammer Classic Gaming says, Jenny, do you want a cup of tea? No, I'm not really into tea. Les Cliff, hello, how are you doing? It's great to see you. Just spotted your name at the top. Says, I'm a niece on the Isle of Skye who is a MacLeod. I went to university with a MacLeod as well. It's quite a common name out there to some extent. Nick Girolamo says, hey Jen and all, anyone been on a chartered train journey? Did my first one 2 weeks ago, 2 times class 37s, fantastic trip up to Porthmadog. Bumped into Francis Bourgeois too, got a selfie with him. Oh, excellent. I've never been on the chartered train, I have to say, never in my life. But my parents have. They've been on the one that went on the Settle and Carlisle. They also went up to on the Malig line to Fort William and beyond over the Glenfinnan Viaduct. So my parents have. They've also been on the one that goes across Canada. That's really, really good. Mark Rogerson says, Jenny, what do you think about the new 125 in silver for the Jubilee? I quite like it. We were talking about this earlier on. I think it is a really striking livery. I'm not really one for things like the Doncaster Apple Green is okay on an 8A4. I'm not that keen on Garter Blue, but the silver, when you've got the full set with all the coaches in that silver, which I think the first 4 or 5 of the A4s were painted in with the coaching sets, and it was Silver Link, Silver King, Quicksilver, I can't remember, but they're all silver related, but it is a really great livery and I really like it. I won't be getting one because it's a little bit out of my era, and to be honest, it's been an expensive month, but I bought lots of other stuff, it has to be said, for another project which I've yet to film. Yeah, no, I think it's a really great livery, and it really does suit the HST incredibly well. I've managed to pick a camera angle which nothing's moving on at the moment. Everything's over there. Come on, hurry up, come round. You said over here. Hey, right. Warbler Productions says only rail tour I've been on went from Tamworth to York in 2008 for the 1968 and all that event at the NRM. Had Nunney Castle on the front. Hey, Nunny. Mark, oh my word, 3B Rail says, has very kindly donated £5 on the super chat. Says, hey, hi Jenny, small donation to the new Rolling Stock Fund. Thank you so much for your generosity. Really, really kind. Certainly at the moment, there's a few things I'm waiting for to be released. And no doubt I will be blown away by, there's 3 Acura scale locomotives that I'm really excited about. Class 55 Deltic, the 37, and also the 31. Those 3 really excited for, but also, and it's not been talked about an awful lot for a little while, the Hellion Class 02 Shunter as well. Mark Wilson says, pre-ordered a Monday Club wagon, so soon to be seen on my layouts. Thank you so much. And like I said before, the first week of the release of the Billy Brick wagon. I've just seen that in the corner of my eye, Ryan Horse Railways. I like that. The Billy Brick wagons, aka WM Loud and Sons. Over a third of them sold in the first week. Obviously, we just launched, so there would be a higher than expected sale rate, but certainly selling incredibly well. Peter Jackson says, Mark Wilson, did you see the new engines being done by West Hill Wagon Works, including some Western too, I think? Now, yes, other news. West Hill Wagon Works have really been spoiling us over the weekend. They have released a Class 52 Western bogie. It looks really incredibly detailed. Class 47 bogie. Prime mover from Class 47s as well. Jack stand. There's a huge expansion of the range of models that they are offering, and they look amazing. So I'm sure that Mark Wilson is already crying as he pays out huge amounts of money for all these things, but certainly they will be worth it. But absolutely, the West Hill Wagons Works ranges. I was never really a massive fan of 3D printed stuff, but they were the exception that basically made me reevaluate that. Absolutely blown away by the quality of those products. Tim Maslin says, glad I got my order in, and there's quite a few people saying that they're ordering the Monday Club wagons. Thank you so much for your support, and definitely, ooh,
what?
I've just seen the sweeties that you've naughtily bought.
I haven't bought any sweeties for you because you said not to.
Look at this. Just look at it. Look at it. Oh, white pop dots with Carol. Talk to the nice people. I'm going to make sure that these are all right for you.
So it took a bit of time to get back because have you ever had one of those situations where you go out to the shop for a quick rush to the shop and then every bugger in the area goes out at the same time?
Yeah, I thought you were going to try and blame Gandalf there, but Gandalf, you were supposed to stop her from buying sweeties.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I would have, but she gets me some sweeties too.
Gandalf's got sweeties.
Hum.
So we're going to have a wizard hocked up on sugar.
Well, it'll keep him off the halfling's leaf. So what's going on? Alex Dent says, breaking news, going to Doncaster Summer Show. It's been organised by the Gay Joe Guild, and I can't wait to go there. It happens on the 11th of June. The Gay Joe Guild? That sounds like some kind of ancient order of wizards, doesn't it? The Gay Joe Guild. Ben Tullett says, jealous that my brother spotted a steam tour going over the Ribblehead Viaduct over the weekend when he was on holiday in the area. Very nice. So I was trying to, in this picture, is Jenny Kirk eating sweeties? Yes. Paul Murphy says your layout's fantastic, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Yes, excellent. You shall not pass, says H. Walker Steam Heritage. Yes.
And you somehow managed to type that voice as well.
Yes. Yes, he did. So Flammer Chairman 1 says, what's the other email address for the URLs? zoe.robinson@gmail.com. I will type that. The Gay Joe Guild. That's not what I said. He can have a guild of gay Joes if he wants, but it's not what I said.
That is too nice.
Okay. Warbler Production says, Zoe, do you know which past Doctor will be celebrating his 79th birthday next Wednesday? I want to say it's Sylvester McCoy. Because I can't think of any others that are still alive that are about that age. Tom Baker's older.
No,
he's in his 80s.
The one after Tom Baker.
Peter Davidson. He was young. He was younger than Baker.
So it could be Colin Baker.
Could be Colin Baker. Might be Colin Baker, but I think it's Sylvester McCoy.
Ian Parker's not happy. So sorry to hear.
What's wrong?
I don't know. Didn't say.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ian. What's wrong?
Big hello to James Pets. It's great to see you in. Hope you're well. I very much approve of you joining us. See what I did there? Right. I think that camera's moved, but it's okay because it's moved in such a way as to show off the Shunter siding, which you guys don't normally get to see. Well, I say to see it. You can see 2 and a little bit. So you can see the Class 5 Shunter and 1 and a little bit of the Class 7s. It's currently inhabited by 3 Class 07s and an 05. Valley's 56XX says, one of my favourite locos is A3 number 4477, the Gay Crusader. Of course, gay used to be used in a very different connotation.
It used to just mean happy.
When did it change? Did people?
I don't know.
Did it happen overnight, or was it?
I don't know. Warbler Productions said it is Colin Baker. He's exactly 39 years older than Warbler Productions and shares the same birthday. Wow. Well, in that case, happy birthday to you. Squash, tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you. And to Colin as well.
Yeah, and him as well. Breezers707, big hello to you, says, what Class 55 did you order, Jenny? I haven't ordered one yet, but it would be a rail blue one when I do. It's just a money issue. But no, I'm not begging that. I don't want people to think that I'm begging that. But Accurascale did promise that they would send one for review. So I'm saying that with a chuckle. But actually, one of the things is, I don't get
to look at it anyway.
Yeah, I don't get to choose which one they send for review, and I'm always paranoid about pre-ordering exactly the same one. But there we go. Right. AD Pullen asks, any news on the rails of Sheffield Stroke Sonic LNER A5? It's all gone very quiet on that front. I will send them an email across this week If I get any information back, I will share it on the Monday Club Facebook group. What's more likely is that if there is any information, then it will go up on the Rails of Sheffield Facebook group. I'd wager. I don't think it would tell me something like, "Oh yeah, we've just had this. Here's some photos to share," and not share them on the Rails of Sheffield Facebook group.
They're going to share them.
But I think things are progressing. It's just not necessarily in a photogenic sort of way. So I think they're due in Q2. Or is it Q3, early Q3? So they're not that far away, but we haven't seen livery samples for, things like the Great Central livery, as far as you can say. That's epic. Right, anyway, Mark Wilson says, was the word gay due to Americanisms? As you say, it was a word that meant happy. I think it changed in the 70s, not 100% though.
Could be.
I'm not sure when it changed, but certainly when you read Enid Blyton, which is from generally the 30s
to the 50s.
40s and 50s, gay is being used as meaning happy in all of those. There's no connotations otherwise.
There's still the dancing thing, the gay Gordons and all that.
Hey, what? Who are
Have
they?
you never heard the gay Gordons? It's a dance.
Who's Gordon?
Oh my goodness. Jenny didn't learn to dance at university. I did ballroom dancing and we learnt the gay Gordons. And it's a really, really difficult dance, but it's a lot of fun.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is that the one where you dance over the swords and stuff and you have to wear a skirt?
No, that's a Kaylee.
Oh. Interesting. Jerry BVR says gay came into use in the 60s. I think that's the alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, have you left the last giant sweetie for
yeah,
me?
you're going.
Thank
You have it. Oh. Tell Gandalf to clear his mouth of all those sweets he's been chugging. Ed Flame 4291 says, "Sorry, I'm late. Good evening, everyone."
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thank you.
But next time, could you do it without a mouthful of sweets? You just showered us with sugar.
Oh, I can't possibly say yes or no to that.
James Pett says, "I approve of ballroom dancing. I do like a spot of foxtrot of an afternoon." Oh, well, you could dance with James, could you? Yeah, you know, the cupboard monkey knows all the moves. Peter Jackson says there used to be gay hostess buses which ran from the northwest to London with stewards on boards. And Egg Riders suggests, I think the term gay changed in the late 1960s, early 1970s too. It went round as a practical joke trying to catch people out that they were unaware of the new meaning. Iron Horse Railways in the Ringo Starr voice. Thomas had noticed something strange about it. I don't know where that. No, that's not. Normally, I can do.
So did Ringo Starr come from Birmingham now?
Yeah, apparently I can do a Birmingham accent. I need to put that on my CV.
We want to be together and all that from that old advert.
It's a blatantly obvious clue. Oh dear.
No wonder you only scored 4%.
East Coast Steam says, if you bring sweets, do you have to share with the whole class?
No.
Not in this class, you don't. Oh, puppets.
Yeah, I thought we'd have a change. It's like the Russian roulette of sweeties, isn't it?
Yeah. Give me the rubbish and talk to the nice people. Read the comments on stuff in
Yeah, the gay Gordons are popular as primary school dance lessons. Not in our primary school. We only did line dancing, like do-si-do and all of that.
God, I remember that. Country dancing.
Yeah, never liked it.
No.
Mind you, I hated anything to do with my, what was it? Secondary school? No, not secondary. Primary school. I hated it. Absolutely despised my teachers, so anything that was taught then is basically tainted by that.
So I remember in junior school doing country dancing, and I remember them using do-si-do, and I don't actually remember anything else apart from a doddery old teacher putting an old LP on a very old record player, and that's what we had to dance to the sound of.
Yeah. And pass the duchy on the left-hand side, or whatever that was. What was that?
That definitely wasn't on the record. Andy81E says, great layout, with some lovely stop running. Does the turntable work? Yes, it does.
Go on, give it a try. I love this one. Ruben Ashwell. Read the comments! Read them and understand them! Oh.
Hey, what?
You have no authority here, Jackie Wheeler. And then when they finally went through the courts and an adjudicator actually looked at it, she didn't have any authority. She kicked the chairman out of a meeting on Zoom, of a council meeting. And people were getting really angry with that. And they were right to get angry, although they shouldn't have got angry. I don't think anyone came out of that well.
But she rode the publicity from it.
Of course she did.
And it turns out, actually, she was in the wrong.
Yeah, but wouldn't you?
Right. I've got toffee stuck in my teeth. Talk to people.
Flymo says, we did them all. Struck the willow, dashing ICI Sergeant, the Gay Gordons and all. Life in a Scottish School, Volume 7, Episode 3. Ha! Oh my goodness.
Ian Parker apparently pulled the best looking girl in the school. Condition was dance classes every Saturday morning. Deal.
I don't think anyone would pass up the chance, would you? Yeah. You have no authority here, Jackie Wheeler.
Respect my authority!
Get some authority!
And yeah, said Flame 4291, we did talk about the new HST. I do think that's a really nice livery. Other news recaps, should also be pointed out that the Stevenson's Rocket male coach set has also been released finally. What's this?
Mark Wilson says, I used to do lion dancing. It was very dangerous. I think I joined the wrong class.
Did it involve holding a chair? Careful, you left somebody's eye out with that.
Well, you know, I have to aim it properly. Oh, Valley 56XX has good news. Just won 4 Pico turnouts on the eBay for $9.50. Very nicely done there.
That's a good price, actually.
Sarah Davis says, Pass the Duchy is allegedly about passing the herbal cigarette around. I did wonder, because it kind of fits with that kind of song. It was that kind of song. But I do like the song. It's a decent song.
For a split second, I thought you were going to say, yeah, I do like a Duchy.
Oh, no. You know how politicians always say that they've tried it and it didn't sit well with them?
Or say, but I didn't inhale, and it's like, but that's the point, you're supposed to!
Yeah, I did like Barack Obama about that. Have you tried this? I have. Did you inhale? That was the point. But yeah, Jen can attest that whenever we've even smelt the stuff out and about, because unfortunately there are people, I mean, we all know, they stink of it. I get a migraine just from the smell. I cannot be near it.
Big hello to the model shed, great to see you. And Sarah Davis says it's being used in Stranger Things 4 right now. Yeah. You're right, We cannonballed all of the episodes that were available of Stranger Things 4.
Yes, we did.
On Friday night, Saturday morning.
And we were sat there eating pizzas and going, I recognise that from this horror film and that from that horror film.
Yes. And then Cheech and Chong turned up as well.
Hey, that was hilarious. The best part is that basically the Scooby Gang, they're even in the van. It's a very good show. I have to say, I didn't think it was a good idea to bring it back, because it ended pretty much perfectly for the end of Series 3. And then Series 4 came along and I was like, well, I'm going to give it a try because I liked it. And you know what? I loved it. Roll on the next one.
Oh my word. Ian Parker says, 750 quid for a concert. Not a chance.
Wow.
Rather buy a loco.
Are you buying an actual thing?
Oh, I say, Model Railway Noob says, I got 7 Blood and Custard Bachmann coaches boxed for 75 quid in an auction on Saturday. Very
Wow.
happy. That is really good.
Well done.
And what it shows is there are still some great deals out there to be had.
They're getting harder to find, but when you find it, oh, you love it.
Right. So I got toffee stuff in the teeth.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Ruben Nashville says, I'm just disappointed Jenny and Zoe haven't had any Mackies for the Monday Club stream. Mackies?
McDonald's.
Don't tempt me, man. I wanna order one now. Doesn't take much for a McPlant to arrive.
I discovered that I pass a McDonald's drive-through on the way back from work, and it is quite tempting to just go through the drive-through and then bring McDonald's back.
I'll have a McPlant meal, thank you.
No. I've done it twice, and I said no more because we're cutting back. Because I
I'll
always
get one McPlant meal.
I always get the flurries. That's my downfall. Right. And yeah, Woven Model Railway says the best deals are for multiples of an item. Davil suggests that if the smell of weed gives you a migraine, so you don't ever go for a stroll in Vondel Park, Amsterdam. It reeks because it's legal in Amsterdam. But the thing is that
It's legal under certain circumstances.
Yeah, the day must have a Y in the name.
No, there are certain things. You're not supposed to be able to just rock up from another country to get this stuff. Although EU law, if it's available in one, it should be available in all, blah, blah, blah. Which means that a German can go to Holland and get it. They can't take it back to Germany, but you can have it there. That kind of thing. So
yeah, you can fire up a blunt as long as you're still in Holland.
But you can't just wander around the streets smoking it. There are certain areas.
It's a bit like alcohol here. You just buy and consume alcohol, but not in the street.
Yeah.
Technically not in the park, but I don't think some of the toughs got the memo.
There are certain restrictions. If you're not causing any trouble, then a policeman is not likely to notice you doing certain things. You know what I mean?
Mark Wilson is asking, can you do a steam versus diesel vote? I think there should also be electric in there as well. Steam versus diesel versus electric.
Is this a poll for what we're running next week?
I don't know.
Go on, let's make it a poll on what we're running next
what
week.
is your traction preference? Steam, diesel, or electric? So the Cupboard Monkey is currently typing that in. Do we have a new junction in the house? Also Wardle Road. New junction on Wardle Road. Where are you? And Larry Rogers has just got an operating billboard off eBay for $19.95. That's actually pretty good.
Steam, diesel,
electric. Ian Parker says, Zoe, please nip to the shop and get me some cereal. You should have asked. We've already been. Right, so that poll should be doing its thing.
There it is.
So there we go. There's a poll up. What is your traction preference?
We'll leave that up for a few minutes. And then
Yeah,
we'll see
so
what
we've got
happens.
steam, diesel, and electric. I suggest electric, because actually some people might go, well, I want electric. Well,
Mr. Gibb says, I can't afford weed and model railways, so it's model railways. Yeah. It's like the old joke when I was in anime circles. Like, anime, crack is cheaper.
it is. Where's Wardle Road Ollie? Where is he?
I love that from Iron Horse. Electric's like the Lib Dems, but for trains.
Well, they also ran.
Does it shout about Brexit all the time?
James Pett says, I think I may have been the only person to vote for electric. Well, you never know. Wardle Road. Gosh, his ears must have been burning. He says, you've stolen my weekly poll. Evening all.
You can have it back after we've finished.
Yeah.
We haven't stolen it, we just borrowed it for a minute.
Yeah.
We're keeping it warm for you.
Houston WHAP says, I have pre-ordered Monday Club wagons for myself and Ridgeway Park 00.
Oh,
Excellent. Thank you, everybody, for your support, by the way, on the Monday Club wagons. They are selling really, really quickly. So,
I have to say, it's been a big worry off my shoulders, because there's always that worry when you put your savings into something, isn't there? Like, what if it doesn't sell? And then you just got a load of trains and no way of paying for emergency repairs.
Definitely.
You know what I'm talking about. When you worry about using
Yeah,
up your
yeah.
savings. You know what I'm on about, Jen. Don't do this to me. Don't suggest
Yeah.
you've got hidden funds somewhere.
Big hello to Mike at Putnam Junction. Evening to you. And we blame Mark Wilson, who says if Diesel does not win, then it is a fix. Just saying. Interesting.
He's going to shout, stop the count.
Tim Maslin says, I voted for electric. I'm looking at ordering the Acura Scale Class 60. Do you know that's a diesel? Right.
Ian Parker says, can't afford the electric bill. Yeah.
Who was that?
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, these days.
Yeah,
Guys, stay safe, everyone. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
But if you go and browse through Hereford Model Centre's bargains, cue sounds of Mark Wilson going,
No, I'm broken.
You could find a 2 bill, and a 2 HAL as well, at some really good prices.
Simon Train says, seriously, if electric does win, I'll be shocked.
Yeah. I see what you did there. See what you did.
We got the jitters. I can't help it. And the problem is I twitch a lot with my leg.
She's basically
And I
a
was sat on
caffeine
the
and sugar is the problem.
So, I'm going to give you 1 more minute, guys, and then we're going to end the poll and see what comes up. But hey! And Wardle Road, hello!
Alan Reynolds, PBA J-Cloth, Alan Reynolds, great to see you. Says, good evening, Jenny and Zoe, and all in the stream, watching from the loft again. And James Petts, there may be an upset, and maybe Electric's going to win just for the giggles of it.
Electric is splitting the non-Steam votes as values 56.
And Mark Wilson...
So it really is the Lib Dems.
Yeah. And Mark Wilson says, oh my god, no! Don't say Hereford Model Centre.
I got a nice Airfix Black 5 from THC, says Flamish one. Airfix.
Yeah.
Nice.
They used to make electric trains as well.
I know. And the one that you got just went every time you turned it on. Even though you oiled it. So, Wattle Road did suggest something. Where did he say it? It's gone now, hasn't it?
Oh no, you went straight past it.
Why are my ears burning? And then he came up with something else. Where is it? Oh yes, Jenny, I'm not sure about the buffer stool. However, I can get you a full-size buffer stop.
Full-size buffer stop? I just want a buffer to sit on. I have to give it a good clean with gunk and then a coat of paint. But yeah, it'd be like a little magic toadstool. Which instead, basically, you could put one of those next to a pond. What one? What was the... No, Steam won.
Yes, electric may have split the non-Steam vote, but even if
Not
diesel
by
and
enough.
electric are stuck together, you still get Steam winning. If Steam doesn't win, I'll blow off, says Roger.
Cameron Patterson says good night to all of you from Glasgow. Work tomorrow. Yeah, you and me both. Johan Swanepoel Swanee says in South Africa they can't run electric trains as certain folks steal the cables to sell the copper.
Yep.
Has incapacitated our railway, amongst other things, contributing to it. Absolutely. And we welcome Brian Bell as the newest Jenny Kirk membership member. Thank you so much. Of course, being a member of the Jenny Kirk membership club does give you early access, advert-free to the Friday video, as well as your name in a natty colour in the chat, and also the use of some exclusive icons. So welcome aboard. Great to have you as one of the Jenny Kirk membership club.
One of us. One of us. One of us. So we've got Mark Wilson here saying fixed vote. He's just one step away from shouting stop the count.
Yeah, but it's like fixed vote. Did you count all of my votes?
So, as some have pointed out, we're very close to starting with the videos. So I'm going to start putting them up, and this will mean that Jen has a bit of a whine because she now can't see the comments. But you know, these things have to happen. I have to set up.
Did you say I get wine? Where is it?
No, I said you were going to wine. I didn't say you were going to get wine. You've got to go to work after this.
You drive me to wine, you know that?
Yes, I drive you to drink. What can I say? I am an expert in that. Green is good, says Nigel Cole. Yeah, Jen would agree.
Oh, Ollie's Trains Gaming says, Jennifer Kirk, it's my birthday today.
Happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you.
David,
what were you singing?
I have no idea. Hurdy-gurdy. David, it's my mother. It says, I just got a brand new Hornby Packet from Collett's Models for
He's got a brand new combine harvester and he'll give you the key.
Yeah. It's worth having a look around actually. I kept seeing, I think Nicklaus, Niclause, in that really quite nice Works Leaf Green. I've seen her around at about the £70 mark. If anybody's interesting, I can't remember where I saw it. I can't remember if it was TMC or somewhere else, but certainly be advised that there are some of the Hornby Packets, if you're not too bothered about livery, out for some really good prices, and about £100 for the B2 packet as well. I've seen the leaf green version of that too for quite a good price.
Mark Wilson says, what are steam shunters? Are they packets? Are steam shunters packets? What are they?
Not all steam shunters are packets, but all packets are steam shunters.
Not all fingers are thumbs, but all thumbs are fingers.
Well, you're all fingers and thumbs.
Okay.
Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase says, please stop putting my bread and butter pudding in the gutter.
It might be in a box, wrapped up safe. You don't know. You don't know. No, you don't.
Really use cling film, I'm honest.
You're using Klingons, what? The video is lagging, says Waffle. Unfortunately, this does happen sometimes because the computer doesn't like me doing what I'm doing.
It doesn't like you, full stop.
No, it doesn't. It makes me cry.
It goes, no, my bargain.
No, my bargain. Okay, I'm trying my best to try and do this. Oh my goodness, that was deep, says Farmer Chairman.
Ian White says, Mark, I'm going to Hereford tomorrow. Should I visit the shop? No! I don't know if they're shut on Tuesday.
Okay, I can't start the stuff until this decides to let me see what we've got in the Monday Club tab. Everything is kind of ground to a halt.
Our internet connection has been a bit rubbish.
No, it's the computer. Look at it. It was just not doing anything. And now it's processed. So hopefully you'll be able to get through now and say, is this... My goodness, what's going on with this
it's
mess?
Like
Oh
navigating.
my goodness. It's like trying to drink phlegm.
Ooh. Warbler Production says, not all packets were shunters. The Harrogate Gasworks one was technically a main line one, despite being a 2-foot gauge.
2 feet? Wow.
Worthington Model Railway says it's like a stop-motion video right now.
Yeah, wait, sorry, can you put the fan onto the computer so it doesn't overheat? Because I keep telling you, they need to be cold for impressive, excessive stuff. And, okay, it looks like we are starting to get somewhere. Yep, we are complete. Oh, no, we're not completely stopped because I happen to have not pressed play. Here we go.
And Sarah Davis, no, they're conventional hard drives. We don't have any.
We don't tend to use
state.
solid state up here.
I'm not sure we have any solid states, do we?
Yes, I think the little computer that Zach built for us has a solid state drive.
But we don't use that computer.
Not yet, but we will be looking. Oh my goodness, it's so warm in here. Yeah, this is why it's doing this. It's starting to... Wow.
Mark Wilson asks, do you think the 08 Bronx will ever be replaced? Yes, they can't go forever. But at the moment, there are various attempts to create alternatives. So I think that things like maybe the Class 18s. Also, I think battery locomotives might be the likelihood.
Oh my goodness, I'm just dying off.
Laura says hello there. Big hello to you, Laura. We are chugging a lot, so I do apologise for the chugging.
I can't help it. I really can't.
So have we got...
Look, I'm doing the best I can here. I'm trying my best.
Rightio. So we might not be able to do...
It's really getting bad. So, right, I think I've got the first one up now. So,
okay.
if I grab this, copy link, and this time I'll try not to put the app link instead.
Oh, you picked a good picture for the live stream, it has to be said.
Jen, I don't know if I can keep going too much longer.
It's not good. Oh, there we go.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing it's 8:20 because I am starting to heat up like you would not believe.
Is this helping at all?
Not really.
Put some rinse aid in. Right, are we ready to show the first video?
Yes, so our first video is, yeah, guys, I can't do anything about the Chuggavision. We're trying to cool the computer down, and it's not due to dust or anything in the heatsink. The problem, if we clean everything, the problem is that this is a super warm room, and that's just how it is.
It's well insulated, and also it's summer.
Yeah. We're going to have to do something about it. So, right, here we go.
Right.
If you press the button.
I will do when you hit play.
Yep, 2 years on YouTube. This is, do you want to press it? So, this is from Hertfordshire Railway. He says, "Hi Jenny and Zoe, this week I celebrated 2 years on YouTube and did a little video especially to mark the occasion. It shows the progress that I've made, not just on the layout, but also as a fellow content creator. I thought I would share this with the Monday Club so everyone can see that anything is possible." That is a really nice layout.
I love
this looks lovely. I'm actually super impressed with it. There's a bat left. Oh, you've made my day. That is so cool, bat left. So we can't show the whole thing. I have put the link into the chat because this is a 21-minute video, but I want to show at least the first bit of it and probably skip to a little bit later on as well.
I do actually quite like the L1, the LNER L1. Not a successful class of loco, I do like the B12.
Jen, grab a couple of those because that's the last one. So this is a really nice layout. It's got different levels. I like his techniques of fading through with different colours. It's like a colour choice fade. It's a beware the trains. Love it.
Oh, we've got one in blue.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Mark Wilson says LNER heaven. Absolutely. A lot of great LNER stuff here.
I do like these.
The Metcalf build.
Yeah, the Metcalf. I couldn't remember the name of the manufacturer there. There's a certain style for Metcalf and it's really nice.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good scenery construction as well.
So here's how he's built in his tunnels.
The contours work really, really well, actually.
Yeah.
It's one of the things, the tunnel looks necessary as opposed to just the train making a beeline for something to burrow through.
Yeah.
Oh! Now that is an I didn't see that coming. But for getting access to underneath, really, really...
It's a great idea. So it's covering it with glue and doing the... That
actually works really, really well as a technique.
Yes.
Building up the different layers and the different colours and textures as well. I always say that textures are just as important.
Oh yeah, the first bite is with the eye. Isn't just for food, it's for
doggy
models as well. I love dogs. We should get a big floppy dog.
You really would? Do you want a dog?
I want a really massive dog, like giant floppy one.
The
The type of dog that while it walks past you, it brushes the furniture, that kind of thing.
A really dopey dog.
Yes, I love big floppy dopey dogs. They're lovely.
I thought you were going to say there that you liked big butts.
Well, I cannot lie.
You admit it.
Okay,
Hey,
we're going to
everybody,
jump
she
on a
admits
little bit because I want to see
yeah.
a bit further. Oh, that's a nice.
Yeah, we've seen. I'm sure we've seen video of this before, but it really, you can see that scenery is coming together.
We have definitely
well.
had video from Heart Philly before, yes.
So,
Someone is farting past on their hairdryer.
Yeah. So you can see the layout really coming together. A lot of the scenery. Oh, now we've got a GWR vibe. There's a 56XX tank locomotive.
Choo choo.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. We're getting textures in again.
A J50.
Post box on the railway line. For
That
those of
is
you who are
fun.
asking that how big the layout is, well, there's a good example. What's this? Game colour.
Is
Magic
that from
blue.
Is that from Games Workshop?
I don't know, but what's it called? Oh, yeah, I see the bits of right.
So, right, interesting.
This is really nice.
And you can see it really coming together.
Yes.
And let's move it on to see the how it.
Let's see how it ends.
So this is a great video showing.
It's a bold layout. Let's see how it pulls out.
This is a different layout. This is
nice.
nice.
My goodness.
Oh, I like the palm trees. This
beachfront property.
Oh yeah.
Look at that back scene.
That does work really well.
That is so
really
good.
well.
That is so good.
Wow. Oh, I like that station building in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, and a J70. Those trees are really
Where's
nice.
the train pushing that?
Oh, this must be at an exhibition because that's Upwell Basin.
Right.
And then back to the main. Back to the studio.
Mark Wilson says, you two need a dog. Call him Gandalf. Yes. We need a dog called Gandalf.
It's got to be dopey, and you'd have to deal with the poo.
Jen, I'm willing to do all of that.
Oh, we saw this bit before. We were really
this was
impressed.
So impressive.
Yeah, really, really impressed.
I knew I remembered who Philly was.
Yeah.
The back scene is Ross on Y, says Leslie Goodman. Right.
Interesting.
I love the way he's done this. Look at the textures of the pavement and everything.
Can I just say, my takeaway from this, I was thinking about this, ironically enough, earlier today. I've got a project build to do, and I was thinking about doing the static grass just like this. I really love that, just smearing the glue straight onto the baseboard with your finger.
This is
this is nice. Anyway, look, thank you very much for sharing
wonderful.
this with us.
Thank you so much.
We're going to move over to the regular. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
James Pett says we should have a cat called Gandalf.
Yes, I like cats. Yeah.
I like cats as well, but I'm still. My problem is.
You're not replacing Fred. This is a new lodger in the house.
I know, but Fred was family, and it feels like a betrayal of a memory. That's my issue. It's really hard to get over that because I adored Fred.
I understand that. We're not taking anything away from that, but I think that you would so appreciate having a new cat lodger that would come and go, hello, I'm really cute. And you'd go, no, I'm allergic to cute.
Okay, next up we have Andrew Johnson.
Are these photos?
Yes, with some photos. And he says, Dear Jenny and Zoe, I really enjoyed your video on the Garden Railway. It's a beautiful railway and is an inspiration to us all who model double O gauge in the garden.
Oh, was that? No, that was Trevor Jones.
That was a phenomenal railway.
It's just incredible what he's been able to do using real plants as scenery.
Now he has a question here. Is it the same railway featured in a video done by Bob Symes about model railways?
Possibly. It has been featured in BRM, Model Rail, and I believe Hornby magazine as well. So it has appeared in print.
So yeah, it may well be. So what we've got here is, here are some pictures taken of a railway which used to run near the capital city, Pretoria. These photographs were taken sometime in the 1970s by my father. The railway was located in a park called Pretoria Fountains. It was a simple out and back setup. So we've got here...
Yeah, so it's like one of these ride-on jobs.
Wow.
Okay, so next slide, please. Oh,
So this is 1970s in South Africa, apparently.
yeah, that's
Right.
nice.
Currently, the railway doesn't run at all, as some of the railway has been washed away by some serious flooding a while ago. I'm sorry to
That's
hear
a
that.
shame. What about
It's a nice-looking
the
locomotive.
locomotive still there, or have they moved on?
Don't know. The trend for a park to have a ride on miniature railway such as this declined long before the end of the 1980s.
I remember a lot of parks having stuff like this in the UK as well.
And there are a handful of societies and clubs who have open days for the general public to ride on their railway. But currently, the only large-scale model railway I know of is the Winelands Light Railway, which I have already sent you pictures of.
Oh, Flying Scotsman 4472 says, "Sorry, I'm late."
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf. So,
You're welcome.
are there any more pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lovely little line. And
It looks like a lovely
weather.
day out.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my goodness.
that will be. I bet you that's where the washouts occurred. It's washed away at the bridge.
Oh my goodness, that is quite something.
Oh yeah. Oh, through the woods as well. That is good. Oh,
What? Flying Scotsman says this video is brought to you by Patreon. I don't get what you're on about. Oops. Can you go back? Because now you're showing all the emails. I don't want to accidentally give away someone's email address on the live stream.
yeah.
You know?
We're cool.
Yeah. That was really cool. Thank you so much for sending those in.
Ruben Asherell says, "This is why I say don't mention that you've arrived late."
See, this is what I love to see. We've had something not only as a blast from the past, but from another country. So we get to. It increases our knowledge of world railways. I really like how they did that. That was great. And yes, James Petts is right. That was an impressive bridge. So thank you so much for that, Andrew. Okay, what we've got here is thank you to Dave Baker, who's sent me a link for a Hornby River Rossi HO Big Boy.
Big boy.
I'll have a look at that later on. Where?
Oh, a big boy. I do like that. But
Are
right.
you finished being uncouth?
Yeah. Mark Wilson says, "I think I need a desk rabbit. Not 100% sure what one is, but I think I need one." Yeah, it's off the back of Iron Horse Railway saying, "Gandalf the desk rabbit strikes again." Francis Wadsworth says, "Hello, Mark Wilson." And Mark Wilson said, "Who said late?" Yeah, Gandalf, get back in your box. Don't worry, it's not for you.
So, today we have... Oops, eat that. Okay, I'm getting there in the end. So, I'm just going to try and bring this up because it's a video this time. So let's have a look and see what we've got.
Okay, are we ready? You tell me when.
No, you can see that we're not ready because it's not loading. Decided not to do this. It's not fair.
Paul Murphy says, "I'm leaving the chat now. I'll be back again next Monday."
See you later. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. You take great care. And don't forget, everybody, that after the stream, that you are able to watch the entire stream as a regular video catch-up on the bits that you missed and maybe re-watch any of the bits you want to watch again.
Bring it up. This one is Donget's Model Railway. And he says that the linked video is a new video on my channel showing the track I will be using on my model railway. So this really is your chance to get in at the ground floor and have a look at a railway in production.
Absolutely. So we're right down at the track on the baseboards. Looks like a plywood base.
Double O gauge track be a scale mod. Oh, do you want to explain what it means by that, Jen?
Double O track is too narrow, effectively. It's one of the reasons that there's EM and P4, which I think is exactly what's being demonstrated to some degree here. Now that looks like either the Pico or the DCC Concepts bullhead track. And the idea behind this is you've got a smaller rail profile, which is actually more like scale, and then the sleeper spacing is wider because the Pico track, the sleeper spacings are not actually for UK. So the track you see at the bottom it's more like what UK tracks should look like, and you can see the wider sleeper spacings. And in model form, it might look a little weird to your eyes because you're so used to basically seeing Pico, Hornby, and Bachmann track that it can often look a little bit weird. Now that looks to be concrete sleep. Yeah, I think that's the new Pico concrete sleeper track, and that does actually look really, really good. I haven't seen it in the flesh, but it does look really good. I have used the SL102 concrete sleeper base track from Pico before. I've quite liked it, but they have replaced it in the range. Now, as you can see there, we've got a lot more flexibility on the base as well, which is something that I deal with in the DCC Concepts review that's coming later this week. Now that's Exacto scale. So you basically make up your own track with the rail and the sleepers. Dongitz Moloreo says that one is the DCC Concepts Legacy Bullhead. Next one to come out is Exacto scale class 83 flat bottom concrete. Right, brilliant. Thank you.
So he's actually building it. Wow, that's it.
So you sort of slide them on piece by piece.
Right.
And it is a bit of a tricky, but
of course, if you do your railway, you only got to do it once.
Yeah. Now this is actually, it's a really great way of making track.
Yeah.
Rather than having to solder stuff, this is a great alternative, and it's one of the things that I think a lot of people get put off. This idea of actually having to solder things, and this looks to be a really great alternative because you're not needing to solder anything.
Yeah, everyone's saying this is much better spacing. It does look very good when you. It's clearly taking some time, but it looks good.
And I think that this is a really good third way between buying off-the-shelf track and making your track from individual components.
Yeah. So I'm going to skip it on a little bit, and we'll see.
Oh, we get some track. So this is.
Oh my goodness! What is that?
That is a diamond crossing, but these have been made. So I'm guessing it's copper-clad sleepers, and then solder the rail. But you can make any kind of geometry that you want, and also track pieces that are bespoke to where they're going to be going in. So you can see there we've got a much tighter diamond. It's curved in one direction diamond.
A lot of people are saying this. To me, it looks a bit like an absolutely massive faff. Yeah, but if you want it to be exact, then I can see why you're doing it.
Yeah.
That is something. That is certainly something. It's clearly a lot of time and
so
effort and care has gone
copper-clad
into this.
sleepers being used to solder the track to. Do you want to bump the video on a little bit?
This looks really, really complicated.
Oh, we're near the end.
Good.
So look,
So, what's this right at the end though?
And this is the individual A components from Pico. Now these often get used for doing third rail installations, but you can get the individual A stuff from Pico as well. We've seen this layout before. I've been very impressed with the woodworking. I think we showed it not last week, but
thank
the week
you for
before.
showing that. That was brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And yeah, Mark Wilson, Pico 100 code 100 sleeper spacing is so wrong. Absolutely, and in many ways, I wish that the bullhead track had been easily available when I built Weir Yard, because I would have probably gone down the DCC Concepts flexi track route. I've been so thoroughly impressed with what I saw from them.
So next up we have, I believe, this is a excuse me, this is a channel we've had before, but it's been quite a while since we saw anything from them. So I'm just waiting for it to load up so I can see who it is.
So this is from the Closet branch. Yes, I'm sure we have seen from them before. But yeah, Iron Horse Railway says no getting around how nice it looks. Although, Valley's 56XX says, tried building some turnouts when I was a teenager, too much like hard graft. And that is exactly my thoughts on the subject, it must be said.
So here's the closet branch, and gift cards for you. I don't know what that. What's he saying? This is a scratch-built highway. This should be interesting.
Where's those goods?
Okay, so he's planned it all out properly. You tend to just plan it in your head, don't you?
I do actually, yeah. But this is very effective. I just wish I could build like this. Right, so that's
a good use of them, yeah.
Great recycling. Leftover I-beams. Nice.
Wow, that looks good.
Scrap $1 sign. Yeah, it's, some great recycling.
And coffee sticks from Starr. You know what? This is the perfect example of how to do this stuff.
And this will have not cost a huge amount whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, that is very effective.
Bamboo skewers and all sorts.
Oh, now that's a good idea.
That is an excellent idea. Great tip there. You know what? It looks brilliant. I like the fact. That is so good.
That really does look good.
Yes.
Laura says Pico could really do with expanding their points range. An example would be a diamond featuring a straight and a curve to allow better junctions. One of the problems is that it costs so much to tool up each of the point wheel. You're talking about the cost of a 5 Series BMW. You know, tens of thousands of pounds. It becomes very costly because you'd need a right and you need a left as well.
That is so well done. I really like it. And the fact is, because a lot of it's card, you don't have to worry about weight. It's not going to be too heavy. And you can kind of pierce through to get the wiring if you need to. So that's really well done. That is so well done. And
it's a great way of actually finding a home for all the road vehicles that you might have in your collection.
Yeah.
A low-tech backdrop. So you want to have like the road receding somehow to the distance. Which
I love that. That's really well done.
Yeah, yeah. So really enjoyed that, and I particularly like the top tip with the Lego to hold things. That was very effective.
Yeah, bracing things to keep them in place.
But you could do that with plastic kits as well, whilst you're painting and letting them dry.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. Is that the end of the video?
Looks like that was really good. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. So, yeah, Ben Tullett says that is really good model building. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
And Valley's 56XX, it's a great feature. Looks large in a small space.
Yes.
Absolutely. Mark Wilson says, I approve of recycling. It's a great way of keeping the costs down. So is this a photo?
Yes, so this one comes from Warbler Productions. I'm just bringing up the information.
Is that the Hellion Manning Wardle 262?
Why don't you just go ahead and spoil everything, Jen?
With Victorian bug box coaches, the Festiniog Railway Victorian bug box coaches.
Why don't you read it all out then?
Go on. No. I wouldn't want to steal the one.
The one thing I do for the show.
It's actually, that is quite a nice livery on that locomotive.
Yes. So, Warbler Productions, sorry about that, says, this is a single photo of my Hellion Manning Wardle as Festiniog Railway number 14 LYD in its BR guise in the winter of 2010, along with my 3 Pico Festiniog Railway small Birmingham carriages. Right, they look lovely. Or bug boxes as they were more commonly known. These bug boxes are in the Victorian purple and brown and ivory, as carried by 3 of the real carriages that are still used, currently on the service to Tanny Wolf unless used in a photo charter. This purple and brown is also the colour that large England Welsh pony is currently painted, along with my 16mm scale Alco, which I didn't get a chance to steam up over the last week, but it's still intended to do as soon as I can. Just need decent weather, as it's been raining here a bit. It's been raining here a bit as well.
Yeah, just a bit.
Oh,
I had to take a load of stuff to the post office, so naturally it was basically, I'll open the door and have a bath.
A shower, I think.
No, there was so much water, it was more like a bath.
Oh, a stand-up bath.
So thank you so much for sharing that. That is really nice.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. It's a lovely livery, actually, on that Manning
It
model.
really is, because he sent another one as well.
Ooh.
So here we have another.
Okay, so this looks to be Princess Coronation class, possibly even Princess something or other.
Thought an appropriate loco to send a photo of would be the one named after our wonderful monarch in the
Princess
1920s.
Elizabeth.
LMS number 6201, Princess Elizabeth, in LMS livery, a Hornby model using the latest tooling. Currently on display in my model display cabinet, though I hope to build a test track and layout soon to run my locomotives on. Well, good luck with that, and please do keep us informed.
Well, is that the Class 3 and Army livery up at the top there? I do like that with the white wall tyres.
I don't know.
Ah.
Simon Chairman 1 says, Billy's replacement speakers. Did you get too close?
I got very close to the microphone.
You're being a menace, Jen.
I know.
Pressing buttons.
Oh, you sound like my dad when you say it like
I only do it because I know it annoys you.
Yeah, well, job done. It has successfully done so.
James Pett says, a stand-up bath? I believe that's a swimming pool. You may well be right.
Yeah.
But today it was just the weather.
It wasn't quite so warm.
We'll copy this link, because next up we've got a video from Charlie, and it just says, here is my latest video to enjoy. I'm sure we will. So, when it comes up, here we are, Charlie McGowan's Partick Hill Station. So if you could press the button for me, babe.
I must admit that Princess Elizabeth was a locomotive which I felt should have been preserved, given that it was named after the current reigning monarch.
It wasn't preserved?
No.
Wow.
I would
That's
have thought
almost as big an insult as projecting the Queen onto Stonehenge was.
You've been aching all stream to
I'm sorry,
tie
but
that
they decided to
use
a projector to put pictures of the head of the Church of England onto the largest pagan monument in Britain.
So this is building a London Underground station.
This looks great.
Really quite nice. So
I approve of using pizzas.
Recycling the boxes.
A good idea.
So you basically print with a really high quality printer onto photo paper the image that you download. I think it's scale scenes. And then you glue it to any old scrap packaging card. Cereal boxes are pretty good.
Warbler Productions says Princess Elizabeth has been preserved.
Oh!
So which one are you thinking of?
I didn't realise she has been preserved. Oh, well, in that case, we'll row back and pretend
it runs from Carnforth.
Wow, so that is... I hadn't realised she'd been preserved. I'm much relieved that is the case.
I'm going to skip this on a little bit. We'll see what's going to be built from this, because I'm very eager to see. So what we've got here. So he's cut it all out, and it's coming together really well. Right, now you're trying to make it look like it does in the photos. So you've got extra little bits to stick on. Iron Horse says, we pagans have more to worry about than the projected head of an old lady. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Iron Horse, but from my point of view, it's the principle of the matter. You would not get the Pope's image projected onto, let's say, Westminster Abbey or anything like that. It's not going to happen, because people would realise that that's a bad idea. But then they went and did that. It's like, no, Stonehenge is still used. This is looking really good, the way he's layering it up. So he's got the backing, and then he's got these extra bits on the front, and now he's got the... Oh wow, he's got the glass windows in with the patterns on. This is looking interesting. Let's skip it on a little bit more.
That really is coming together quite well.
Whoa. Just seen it when it stood up. So it's coming together, it's looking very nice.
It's a really effective print, it has to be said.
Have you noticed what he's done as well? Putting a little bit of highlighting around the edge, well, low lighting actually. To give depth and shadow.
That is actually a very effective.
This is looking great. Mark Wilson, I agree. I love the underground buildings as well. There's a certain style to them. You know?
Yeah. It's kind of the it's what came before Art Deco. So it's like Victorian, but with you can see that Art Deco style starting to creep in.
Yes, it's starting to come in. Now he's got the extra protruding bits, so he's got the bas relief and all that. This is looking so good.
Yeah, it's basically sort of like Edwardian style.
Yeah.
So the gussets there, which are those triangular pieces, add
giving
the
extra strength. Yeah. This is looking so good.
Yeah.
So I'm going to skip
Making
it on
me
a
want
bit
pizza.
more.
That's a nice pizza, that.
Now he's getting. Oh!
Really does look good. And this
Yeah.
is such a great building if you've got
It's
a
a
London
great use of it.
themed. Oh!
That is superb.
Oh, that is nice. So you'll see through the front.
I am sincerely impressed.
This is a really great
This is so well
design
done.
building.
Yeah.
Peter Jackson says Chandwell's buildings are really good for depth and forced perspective.
Oh, look at that. That is just amazing.
That really does work well.
Looking so good here.
Although interestingly,
whose video is this fella? I'll put the link in again for you. This is Charlie McGowan, I believe. Come on. Yeah, Charlie McGowan.
Charlie McGowan, Partick Hill Station, really good. Although Values 56XX points out there's no evidence Stonehenge was ever used as a religious venue, merely a social focal point of some unknown date-based purpose.
We don't know. What we do know is that there were.
This sounds like a typical archaeologist thing. It's like, Tony, there's two stones
buried
together.
Under some of the stones.
Are there?
Yes.
Oh, right.
We know that, and that's why we think it probably had at least some spiritual.
You don't
thing
think
to
that
it.
there was a Stone Age mafia that waited until nightfall and it's like bumped people off and hid them in the foundation? It's like basically a Stone Age Jimmy Hoffa down there.
You know, we don't know.
You do know that
It could be. We don't know.
in millions, tens of thousands of years' time, do you think they'll find Jimmy Hoffa and think that it was some kind of religious experience?
We just don't know. But yeah, but yes, we don't know Stonehenge was used in that way, but we do know it's used like that now, and that's kind of the problem. That's the thing.
Blooming hipsters, eh? It's like, yes, we get down and Stonehenge.
Okay. Well, we have time for like a few more. So, what have we got here? Yeah, right. So, okay, right. Let's see if I can actually get this to come up. Oh, we can't. Okay, Mark Rogerson, you've sent a video. Okay, it's very small, so I could try.
How big is it?
2.5 meg. Let's see if we can get it to load up. Could not preview file.
Unfortunately,
we can't load it.
We can't.
Mark, I'm so sorry.
The Dongit's Mother Railway points out that ritual is just what archaeologists say when they don't actually know what it was for. Yeah, Leslie Gilpin Railway says archaeology. We don't know, Tony, so it must be ritual. Tony.
Ritualistic.
Yes.
War.
3 stones together in a row is some kind of temple.
Oh, that's a town.
Yeah. That Class 03 is actually running incredibly well. It was one of my purchases. I think it was at Ali Pally. I went wild on Class 03 Shunters. Or it may even have been Glasgow. But you know what? That's a really good runner, that is. Although Valley's 56XX says everyone knows it was a UFO landing site anyway.
It was not. It wasn't a landing site, it's the charging socket.
Stevie Film says, hi Jenny, Zoe and fellow clubbers. I've arrived when I meant to.
A Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thanks, Gandalf. You're welcome.
Yeah. Right. Okay, what are we watching here?
So this one is from Shanghai 264359, a friend of the show, of course. It's assembling Wolfer's background building kits. So this should be fun. We've had a lot of building background and kits today.
It's great.
It's
for
lovely.
adding this setting the scene, using it as demountable on the layout against the Gauge Master back scene, and this is a great way of bringing the back scene to the foreground.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you've got this jarring point. But by having these flat relief type buildings, it's a really great way of going from the fully three-dimensional foreground to the two-dimensional background.
Wow. So there's a lot of kits to these.
So are these actually designed to be built in this flat form?
These look interesting.
Really, really nice.
These look really nice, yeah.
They are. So we can see behind, we've got all the windows in place, and there's enough depth that actually you could add lights into these as well.
Oh, wow.
Really, really nice.
Okay, I don't think I've seen these before.
And I like the way it's got like the little slots, so they slide down in the little gap that's between the back scene and the layout, which we've seen before.
You could take them out and change them around.
Yeah, but it's, if you remember, we've seen this layout being folded away before now, and it's really neat and easy. So this is actually a really great way, and you could imagine this on a layout that goes to shows as well.
Yeah.
A really effective way of doing such a thing. Yeah, Egg Rider, I stand corrected. I'd assumed that she was gone, but actually she is the only surviving Princess Coronation class locomotive.
Amazing.
Sold straight out of service into preservation in 1962. That is actually really effective, and you can see how it bridges the gap and transitions into the back scene. So really, really impressed.
That is impressive.
With that.
Thank you so much.
I'm just wondering if he's going to show us the speeded up putting it away sequence. No.
Nope, apparently not.
We have
thank
seen
you
it
so
before,
much
but
for that. That was great.
Ian Parker says, I do love your Guards fans, Lady Jenny. I just got
don't call her that. She'll
10
get
BR
airs.
fans off eBay for 14 quid. That's actually a really good price.
She'll get airs and graces here.
I think, actually, if we get the number of likes, if we get, I tell you what, if we get the number of likes on this video to 500, then next week, and it's got to be at 500 by the time we do next week's Monday Club, I will get out every single one of my brake fans and run them together in one massive trains. And Mark Wilson says we need to enter a Jenny Kirk team for GMRC if it comes back. Well, the US version, if it ever happens, I'm on the shortlist for being considered as a possible judge. So,
oh no, don't. You'll turn up with a wig and a hammer.
Oh, Southern Train Girls points out, Jenny, there's also Princess Margaret Rose, 6203. In that case, Wikipedia says that Princess Elizabeth is the only survivor.
Oh, you didn't go off the Wiki Wild Wild West, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 3 videos, or at least 3 emails left. So we might go a little bit over if you don't mind.
Just slightly, because I've got to go to bed.
I know you do. I know you do. But what we've got here,
I've got to drive to the R101 hangar in Bedford.
I think you'll like. Because...
the Railway Children!
Yes.
Oh, 3 different versions! So we've got the Bachmann version, the original Triang Hornby version, and the all-new Hornby Railway Children
This is why I said you'd be interested. So if you press it, this is from Model Railway Noob, and he sent us a little bit of text as well.
I've got the top left one, it has to be said.
He says, hi both, I filmed this last night showing all 3 Railway Children models.
Oh, look at it, that's the original.
I secured 2 more Bachmann coaches only today, so I'll have to record those another time. The smoke still works on the Triang model, but it had run out by the time I filmed it, and I forgot to take more smoke oil with me to the Model Railway Club. I also have a second logo somewhere in my collection.
I like the, and with those clerestory coaches are nice, but the 2 at the back are very sort of American, but I quite like them.
This is a lovely looking layout as well. I love the way
this is the one I've got.
I love the way that the what's the word? The ground, the lawn, or the grass even, seemed to fall down into the
Yeah,
back
it's nice and clean, like railways used to be. With well-kept greenery and that is nice, really nice.
Lovely.
Oswestry Road TMD, big hello to you. Hope I find you well. James Pets point out that Bedford is a long way from Bolton. Yes, it is. It takes me 3.5 hours to drive there, and then 3.5 hours to eventually, when I'm done there, drive back.
Simon Train says, you just gave away your location on where you're driving to. Yes, but you didn't say what for or where in it. It's a big place.
And also, they won't let you in unless you're part of the production. Right, so this is finally now the Hornby one. All new, and it's DCC ready. It's not the old tender drive rubbishy loco. This has been fixed, so it's fully DCC ready with an 8-pin socket.
This looks lovely, yeah.
It doesn't come with all of those, does it?
And expect that he's got a few more.
Yeah. Hornby are not noted for their very generous sets. Well, basically because it would just be too expensive.
Proof in Nashville says, I don't know why anyone would want to visit Bedford. I don't know, I'm going to Bedford later on for about 8 hours of snooze time. I'm off on the wooden road to Bedfordshire.
Yeah, can I just say that, as the old joke is, the best thing to come out of Bedford, the A426. I think it's the A426.
I always loved the one from Terry Pratchett. All roads lead away from Ankh-Morpork.
So
that was
you
brilliant.
So much
Thank
for
you.
That. And also, right, just before was that the last one? Because we're at 9 o'clock.
We've got 2 more.
Okay. But don't forget as well, the Monday Club wagon, the WM Loud and Sons, is selling incredibly quickly. So don't forget to get your order in if you really fancy the look of it. It's a fully legitimate PAL brick
we've only got one left.
Okay,
because that one we've already shown. He sent it twice. One to one email address and one to the other. Right.
So don't forget to order your Ginny Monday Club wagon. They're selling quick, sure to be a massively excellent collectible wagon. And certainly, I have seen the first Monday Club wagon changing hands for more than double, if not triple, its original RRP. So, good investment.
Here we go.
Oh, now
yes.
right.
Have I saved something that you enjoyed for last?
Mark
I think
Wilson. Who's in the house? Mark Wilson is in the house.
So here we are.
With Birmingham New Street. And before anybody asks, it is a model, but you'd be forgiven for thinking that it was the real thing.
Absolutely. So Mark says, here's a few more pictures from Birmingham New Street. It's the mid-70s and the Western locomotives are on borrowed time. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, they only last till 77, I think it is.
So they don't even get to see Star Wars? Or maybe only just.
I know D1015 was still in Swindon Works for a few years longer whilst she was being saved.
Wow.
Very nearly got scrapped. She was in the process of being stripped in the 11th hour.
Don't worry about it, Mark. Don't worry. So let's have a look at what... Ooh.
I'm sure it's class 108, is that? And I think, is that a Gronk lurking in the background? I can just see...
Have you got Gronko vision?
There.
Gronko vision. Gronko vision.
Really nice. You know, you should be sponsored by West Hill Wagon Works because you are such an amazing advert for their products. Oh, a peak. I'm going to say 45, possibly a 46.
Is this the peak of the videos? So what have we got here?
That's a lovely looking down view, and it really does. It looks brilliant. I'm just always blown away with how great this model is.
It's amazing.
Oh, there's the Western.
What? It looks like they're kind of leaning backwards. It's almost like its windows are in italics.
Almost like it's wearing a baseball cap. So, hello.
It's an interesting model. Yeah, it's like someone sliced it down.
Wait a minute, you're saying that's the 70s, but I distinctly see a Wonder Bra advert. Hello, boys. That's Eva, whatever her name was. The
Just think, that picture is transferring itself through time, through the power of boobs.
Can I just say that I went out and bought one of those Wonder Bras.
A lot of people went out and bought some.
Yeah.
I love what you're saying here. Richard Swiderski says, a great photo models. It's photorealism, says Big Champ. And yeah, it is. It really is.
Really impressive. Oh, look, the bull ring. Go back. There, look, the bull on the wall.
Yeah,
the bull ring. Yeah. It's that kind of level of detail that just really makes
so well done.
Yeah.
And it's jaw-dropping. It really
James
is.
Pett says, I love the Tesco bag. It's like little details like that. So great. I would love to see these in the flesh. Really would. Oh.
Now, here's the question for you. You saw it in the flesh, and he wasn't able to set up all of his lights.
I think
would
it's
it
outdoors.
look different?
Like Mark, am I right in thinking you're photographing these outdoors? Because it does look like you've got that real level of light.
It does look it. I'm just so impressed.
Oh,
it's
look
amazing.
at the people having a cheeky sit down in the brute trolley.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Because it's dirty, but
You put your newspaper down.
Oh,
and there's the.
It's got like that grainy Kodachrome look to it.
Hang on. That's the model, isn't it? Because the people are sitting in the same place.
That is the model, and the reason I know is because your track's 00.
For a second, I thought that was a photo
That
he was
really
using as photo
is
reference.
Incredible.
You caught me there. I really thought for a second that was a photo that you were using as a reference.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
And it's got that slightly sepia Kodachrome look to it so well. All it's missing is the haze of blue smoke. And Mark Wilson says, yes, I need to have changeable posters. I'm sorry, my eye always goes... That poster, I remember seeing it, and within basically that weekend, I went into Safeway and bought...
Safeway, my goodness.
They were selling Wonder Bras in Safeway, and I was like, oh, I'll have one of them. Oh, it was a class 40! Oh no, because that's not the same. That's a different loco. But a class 40. The other one was a 45, wasn't it? And that. Oh, look at that!
I'm just blown away with this.
Is that
it's
37?
such an amazing.
Yeah, with the domino head code 37 next to with the Western over on the other side. It's so amazing.
Oh, nice shot from inside one of the locomotives.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Super cool.
And of course, that's another thing with these 3D printed fronts you've got.
He showed previously we've seen this Swindon Works.
Yeah.
Through one of the scrap cab windows, really effectively done.
You can do all kinds of shots like that.
Yeah. James Pett, yes, Safeway did one shot there.
That was so good. Thank you so much for showing those.
Absolutely. And yeah, Shanghai 264-359 says, I can smell the diesel fumes from here. Yeah. In my head, it's like that horrible, acrid, part-burnt diesel smell.
The smell of the 70s.
Well, no, I remember my school
and
coaches.
Carburetted cars as well. The smell of so many family trips.
Yeah, the smell of early death.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, I'm going to have to go to bed, so it's been great to hang out with you guys today.
Really
Thank you so much
night.
For sharing the videos with us and those pictures. Really enjoyed all of those. Don't forget to tickle that like button if you haven't already done so. Share the stream, let other people on social media and such like know about the Monday Club, because everybody is welcome and it's a great place to hang out every week and get your weekly dose of Vitamin Train. And if you haven't already done so, do please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget as well, you can become a channel member for all those benefits, and also Patreon for a different set of benefits. You can actually be a member of Patreon and a channel member at the same time.
We're not going to say you should be.
No, but what we do say you should do is check out the Monday Club wagons. William Loud and Sons. They are the... I've just lost my train of thought. They are the second exclusive Monday Club wagon being made for us by KR Models. And I don't actually have a delivery date. All I know is at some point soon this year, But people have asked me when they're getting delivered. I'm not sure, but they will come with the main range. But do step on, because certainly in the first week, I was told a third of the entire production run has sold. So I don't know what the current status is, but hopefully I'll get an update next week and be able to let you guys know where we're up to. But they are selling fast. But until next time, thank you so much for taking the time out to hang out here on the Monday Club. It's really great to see you. And until next time, this is me and the Cupboard Monkey saying take care. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. The train now departing is the 2109 service to Eindhoven, stopping at Weir Yard, Grove Street Yard, Bolton Trinity Road. A load of other small layouts that Jenny never actually named, and then on to Eindhoven. That's the 2109 service to Eindhoven. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night.
A Monday clubber is never late, Skipsy trains, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Take care, everyone. I've got to go to get back to bed, but thanks for coming. You take care, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.